I think sometimes it is a difficult balance to strike when you have personal relationships with these guys. But I firmly believe that when you're in the public eye, people have a right to know certain things. There are lines that are drawn between what's personal and what's private. I know when this situation was going on with Coach Crum, and you guys remember what a difficult departure that was. I think Denny deserved respect for what he accomplished, but clearly in his last few years there, he wasn't doing the work that that job demands, and so tough decisions had to be made. One of the difficulties during that time for me personally was the war that was going on between the Louisville faction and Coach Crum's factions, and I would literally get phone calls at my home, at my office, from one side pushing a story, the other side trying to refute it, and it was an infamous 2 or 3 months of back and forth, and he said, she said, and it was a very tough situation. But I think, Chris, I think we handled it pretty fairly for both sides, I hope. Yes, sir.
I can also remember back, how many years ago it was, when Louisville was very close to dropping their football.
Mm-hmm.
Weber was a coach, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And how they transitioned that pretty well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then when Howard came in, obviously that decision for Louisville to hire Howard changed football in a whole lot of ways. Not only did it save the Louisville program, but it changed the Kentucky program too. Because if Howard Snellenberger, and I did an interview with him a couple months ago on our TV show, he had an opportunity to take the Kentucky job. Who was before Bill Curry? It was
Claiborne.
Was it Claiborne? Okay, I guess it was when Coach Claiborne left. He had the opportunity to take that job and didn't do it. And you think how if that history changes and he ends up at Kentucky rather than at Louisville with the passing game that he had, I mean, it would have revolutionized the Southeastern Conference, because that was years before even Spurrier got there. And it makes you wonder just what football history would look like in the Commonwealth if that decision goes 70 miles to the west or to the east. Mm-hmm.
Another too is that if Charlie Strong had left Tennessee, how that would have changed that Sugar Bowl.
Sure would have. Yeah. It would have changed a whole lot of stuff, no question about it. And I'm hoping Charlie's here for the long haul. I think that's a heck of an opportunity for him. At the kind of money that they're going to pay him right now, it probably limits the number of teams in college football that could pay that kind of money to probably 6 or 8 teams. And unless a Michigan job or Notre Dame or Florida, Texas job comes open, I think he'll probably stay where he is. And that's what you have to have. The one thing I've noticed through my career, especially in college football, the only time that you lose your clout, if you will, in college football is when there's NCAA probation or coaching change. If you've got it rolling pretty well, unless you run into one of those challenges, you keep it rolling pretty good, it looks like. All right, thank you guys. All right, I'm going to take off.